Hey everyone, it's Casual Fanatic.
Film reviews without the shoes.
I'm Luca, your casual viewer.
And I'm Kenny, your fanatic. Oh, so fast.
Was it? No, we were locked in.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. It's a beautiful morning, beautiful weather. Work's been great. Personal life's been great. And one of my best friends is actually visiting
Nice.
this upcoming week, Alejandro, with his girlfriend.
Where from?
From Texas.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's visiting. We've got a few things planned. We're gonna go do like that train ride that goes through like the mountains and stuff. So, I already forgot all the other things we're doing, but we're doing things.
Perfect.
How about you?
Work has been pretty good. I had like a couple weeks where things got really busy because I had multiple revisions at the same time, and then also trying to work in stuff for an original issuance, and both of the developers that I was working with at the time are just like, one of them more than the other. They're not equally bad, but like they're just like don't understand anything. So
I love that for them.
yeah, as they're just like, so why wasn't this done like a month ago? And I'm like, because these things take times.
It doesn't happen quicker. Nah. Cool. Well, I'm glad work's going well though.
Outside of that, it's been pretty chill. I feel like I had stuff going on, but now I can't think of it all of a sudden.
You've been playing like Capture the Flag?
Yeah, I've been going to some Capture the Flag games. Went to kind of a housewarming party. It was just like an impromptu thing. It was the day before the Pride Parade.
Oh, okay, cool.
And that's it.
Very cool. Sick. Well, other than all those fun things, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about Twilight, which I did not pull up again because I'm terrible at this. Twilight came out in 2008. It was directed by Catherine Hardwicke and written by Melissa Rosenberg, based on the book by Stephanie Meyer.
Nice.
Have you read any of the Twilight books?
Yeah, so back in, I want to say 7th grade, that's when they were all coming out and people were like, oh my God, these books were so much better than the Harry Potter books. And I was a huge Harry Potter fan, still am. And so I had to read all of them so I could compare. It turns out they're not as good as the Harry Potter books.
I feel like you probably could have made that opinion after like one of them.
No, you had to read all of them. Because, sometimes people are like, oh no, the first book is like, you're just getting into it. No. Well, I read all of them. Not as good, but was still a fun read.
But
I felt like I was a part of something back then because I was able to talk about the books versus like, I don't know, nowadays I have a hard time talking about like shows and shit because I just don't watch them.
Right.
Like Love Island right now is like a really big deal.
I heard so many people talk about Love.
I know. KK's like obsessed with it, and I'm like, the finale is today.
Crazy.
So I'm gonna be watching the finale of Love Island, and I watched the last 20 minutes of the show prior to. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, these people feel like they love each other, I think.
Yeah, they love each other. They all tell the truth. They're really great people, and they're all smart.
Sounds right.
Love Island.
I can't judge too much because you know how much I love fucking Too Hot to Handle.
That's so true. Yeah, that's the show that we watched together. Yeah, that's a pretty.
I think that end of July is when the next season of that starts.
Oh, you're already itching. I could tell.
Like, but yeah. So Twilight had an estimated budget of $37 million, and it has made a little over $408 million.
Oh,
very successful for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
It was like,
I mean,
teenage girls going to see it like 5 times in a row.
Yeah, people love this franchise. I mean, it's insane. I'm surprised though that like nothing else has happened since 2012.
Would it be nothing
like no additional movies, no additional books of Twilight, no.
Right? I don't know the order of it. Maybe this came out before the movies came out, but I know at some point Stephanie Meyer released another book that was like the story of the first book, but from Edward's perspective.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
And then I did read a book one time just because it was funny. I don't remember what it was called. It was like it was a parody book. And so it was the story of the first book, but it was just like everything was like extra stupid.
I get that.
It was really funny to
That's
read.
pretty funny one. Honestly, like watching the movie back was pretty funny.
I agree.
It was, I don't know, just
I think I'm enough separated from the hype. Like I know when I was in middle school and like everyone was raving about it, I just like was not interested at all.
I was like you. Okay, I go against the current.
No. But I think that having been like a decade now, it's easy to like go into it and just like enjoy the ride and not think about it too much.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. That's nice. So, what'd you think about the movie itself?
I thought it was funny and it wasn't like well made. Not.
No,
But the experience was good.
I can see that. Yeah, I don't know. Like back in the day, obviously the times were different. You have different expectations of movies. Like I never thought it was funny, really. Like when I first watched it, I don't think when I was, younger. But like you said, like now it's just like it was a really funny watch.
Yeah.
So corny and at times and like just so obviously dumb. I don't know. It was funny though. Like I had a good time watching it and I probably would watch it again.
I agree.
Yeah.
So are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I'm Team Edward. Yeah. Are you Jacob?
I don't know. I've only seen this movie, and this was my first time seeing it. So
That's fair. That's the first time I ever said I'm on a team, but I have to go with, Edward, I guess, because I don't want to spoil anything, but
Jacob's not really in this movie. We'll get into it more, but there's not a whole lot of Jacob in it. So once we get into the other movies, then I can decide. But
Jacob comes out of the woodworks a few times, and that's really it. He's like, my dad told me not to. Oh, I should. There's no need for spoilers here. He's like, my dad told me to tell you to break up with Edward.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
For $20 or something. For $20, she was like, well, go get your money because I'm staying with him.
I love him. All right. Well, I suppose let's do a summary.
Do it.
If I remember it. Did you rewatch it since last time?
No, dude.
Okay.
I should.
So
No, I'm just excited to watch the second one.
the movie begins with Bella leaving New Mexico, Arizona, because her mom's new boyfriend is a baseball player and he's going to the playoffs. I think
I'm not sure. He just travels a lot.
he travels and her mom's going with him, and so she's like, I'm gonna go stay with my dad for a while. And he lives in a town called Forks in Washington.
It's a real place.
And she shows up there and starts going to a new school and is immediately popular with everyone for some reason.
Off rip. I guess it's because she's the new toy in town.
Yeah, they said that in the movie, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that doesn't happen.
I don't know. Like I think like back in the day, like especially like I would want to say like 4th to 8th grade, if because I'd been with the people for so
For
long.
high school.
That's true, but like at the same time, like scale wise, like they have like maybe 200 people in the scale.
Especially if it's a smaller place.
Yeah, and they like all know each other, and like no one goes to fucking Forks.
My high school wasn't that big, but like I feel like we had new students show up and no one gave a shit. Like really, it's not like they never made friends, but like it wasn't the talk of the town that there's a new person.
That's fair. I don't know. Maybe it was like just like the small town vibe that they were trying to get across. Of like,
it could be.
Everyone knows each other really well, and if anything new is in town, they wanted to put her in the fucking newspaper because there's nothing going on here.
That's true.
And she was like, please fucking don't.
And then one day at lunch, she is not really introduced, but like across the way, someone's like, hey, check out those kids over there. That's the Cullen family.
Wait, didn't they walk in?
Yeah.
And then she was like,
Who are they? Who are they? Because they're all like supermodels and they've got like scarves and stuff, and they're all wearing white.
Yeah. And then Edward comes in last, and she's like, "Oh my god, who's that?"
Oh yeah, also because even though they're portraying a family, everyone except for Edward is in a couple with each other.
Yeah, a little bit strange, but apparently they're all adopted. So
Um, and so then she ends up in a chemistry class and has to sit next to Edward, but like when she walks in, a fan blows her hair and he like gags.
yeah, he hates it. And then when class was over, she walked into the, I don't know why she walked into the principal's office.
He was like there requesting to get a new class.
Yeah, he was like, "Please just put me in anything else." Oh, no, I'm sorry, everything else is full.
Oh, I think this actually happened before, but her dad, or no, not her dad, her dad's friend, who is a Native American that I can't remember the name of their tribe, has a son that she knew growing up, which is Jacob, and he helped fix up an old truck that she drives to school.
Yeah, it was their truck. He like rebuilt the engine, and then her dad bought it from them.
Right.
And so he was like,
And he's also, her dad is like the sheriff or whatever of the town. So
yeah. And Jacob does not go to her high school because he goes to school in like the tribe
on the reservation.
on the reservation. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember like when things start turning around with Edward. Like what was the
Well, he leaves again. Like he leaves,
Oh right, well, he disappears for like a week.
and then he comes back. He's like, "Hey, Bella.
Right.
Hi, my name's Edward."
And she's like, oh my god.
She's like, "Why have you been gone for so long?" And he was like, "Personal matters." And she was like, "Tell me, why did you hate me? Why did you try to leave blood?" I think that happened first. Yeah, that's how I like it.
Oh, and the thing that really kicks things off is because one morning in the parking lot, a truck almost hits Bella, and then Edward saves her last second, and she's like, what the fuck? Because she just saw him like 200 feet away on the other side of the parking lot. And then so then she starts like really bothering him, and like even at the hospital,
Oh my god, yeah.
she's like, how did you do that? And he's like, what are you talking about? She's like, you stop a car. And I was like, I don't know, adrenaline?
Hashtag gas.
And she's like, no, but how did you get there so fast? And he's like, I was right next to you. What do you mean?
She obviously hit her head a little hard.
Yeah. But she also like overhears Edward talking to his father and some other girl that I don't remember who I think it
It was his mom.
okay. Yeah.
Sister.
His adopted parents.
It might have been one of his something like that.
There's a lot of girls in the Cullen family.
True.
I guess there's an equal number of girls and boys. No, there's actually one more boy because everyone's a couple except her. Never mind.
The guys don't really do much.
Yeah.
One of them barely talks. The other one's just big.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, overhears them talking about like she's gonna find out, and he's like, what was I supposed to do? Just let her die?
Yes. That would have been the shortest series ever. Anyway. And then she asked to like talk to him, and she was still nagging him. But then she goes to like the beach with some friends.
Yes.
Where she invited Edward to, but he was like, I don't really think I can go there.
Yeah. And then find out that it's because the beach is part of the tribe's reservation, because Jacob shows up there and he is like, oh yeah, my family tells me this wacky story about how the Cullens have been around for centuries, and they're not allowed here because we had a fight, but it's not real. Don't worry about it. And she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Obviously, he doesn't even know. I feel like.
I feel like he was just trying to play it down for her.
You think so? Damn. I always was under the assumption that he wasn't of age yet, so he doesn't exactly know what's going on in like the tribe. But then at one point, I think in the second movie, he becomes of age, and that's when he was like, well, you know. Yeah. So he practically spills the beans.
Yeah.
And then she goes to the library at one point and like,
Yeah, does a bunch of research and starts reading up on vampires and shit. And then the next day at school, brings Edward out into the forest. She's like, I know what you are. He's like, say it to me. She's like, vampire. Yeah, and then they run up to the top of the mountain when he shows her his shiny skin. And then they're like openly dating after that, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Especially like all of the, like in her friend group, um, all of the dudes originally wanted to, because they're also approaching prom night. And so all of the dudes in her friend group were originally trying to ask Bella, and then she ends up like talking them into getting with each other.
Yeah.
Then all of the girls are like, "Oh my god, you got with Edward," and it's just like drama.
Yeah. Bella helps out her girls quite a bit.
She's a wingman for sure.
Yeah, she is. She's like, well, I think you should probably ask her.
And then they like go into town one night, and Bella gets attacked, and then Edward saves her and like fucking goes crazy.
Yeah. He's like, distract me. I could hear their thoughts. She's like, huh?
Yeah, they
Wait, was that before she knew that he was a vampire? I think it was.
yes, yeah,
Because
because
she was still curious. Like,
they end up at a restaurant, and he like is terrible at keeping a secret. So like mentions that he can hear their thoughts, and then she's like, "What the fuck do you mean you can hear their thoughts?"
sex, money, cats.
Yeah.
That's what the thoughts of the people at the bar were.
But so yeah, finds out that or I guess we're going out of order, but eventually finds out that he is a vampire, and then he invites her over to his house where she meets the rest of his family
They cook for her, but she eats, and they get mad. And
because they don't eat, so the food's obviously not for them.
right.
And then they go to play baseball because it's about to storm, and they're so good at baseball and so strong that when they hit a ball, it like makes a thunderous noise, so they can only play when there's a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
And then during the game, 3 other vampires show up out of nowhere that we have been seeing throughout the movie. They're just like randomly killing people, and it's like a big deal with her dad because he's like, people keep going missing, and I have to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
But the 3 vampires show up to the baseball game, realize that Bella is a human, and then one of them tries to attack. The other ones kind of shush him away for a little bit, but then they're like, this ain't over. So then the Cullen family has to like come up with a plan to get Bella to safety, but she's like, what if they go after my dad? So then she goes back to her house and fucking destroys her father.
Brutal. It's the worst part of the movie.
It really is. And then goes back down to Arizona. But one of the vampire guys like follows them all the way down there, and
They try to lead him the other way
right,
with her scent.
he
and
does figure it out though.
Yeah, he does very quickly.
And then tricks Bella into thinking that he has kidnapped her mom, but turns out he just like found an audio recording of
In their
it.
own.
Yeah.
Because they were traveling, so I guess.
And lures her to an old ballet studio that she used to go to.
You know, why didn't you just call her mom? I just thought of that. It's like, you didn't have a phone.
So she gets beat up for a bit. Edward shows up because he's faster than all the other vampires. Beats the other dude up for a bit, and like right before he's about to kill him, the rest of his family shows up, and they're like, "Don't do it. Remember who you are."
Yeah, but they killed him. Then they
So Edward stops, and then his brothers just tear the guy apart.
make the biggest fire you've ever.
But before that, the bad vampire guy managed to bite Bella. So then Edward has to like try to suck out her venom. But he's mentioned a few times that like when you start drinking from a human, it's almost impossible to stop because of how good blood tastes. And like, I guess I didn't mention this, but also the entire N-word Cullen family, whatever, they don't eat humans. They only eat animals.
It's true. How they only suck animals' bloods.
And so he's like worried that he's not going to be able to stop it. He's going to kill Bella, but then he does.
He's heroic. He said at one point that it's like heroin to him.
Yeah.
Her blood.
So then Bella wakes up in the hospital. Her parents are there. They've apparently explained it away by saying that she fell down the stairs and out a window.
Fell out some stairs, then continued to fall through a window. That's insane. But I guess Bella
just believes it because they're like, no, she's clumsy.
Meh, checks out.
So then she's got a big old cast on her leg and goes to prom, and they are dancing and being cute, and she's like, turn me into a vampire, do it now. And he's like, no.
She just kisses her neck.
And then we see that one of the other bad guy vampires is like also there and secretly watching them, and then the movie ends.
Dun dun.
Quick version.
Yeah, so like, there are 3 bad guys. One bad guy gets killed. The girl version of, well, the girl bad guy liked that guy that got killed, so she was there at the end. The third bad guy, he was, I guess, the pack leader. He actually went to the Cullens' house to warn them
Right.
about this other guy, like, loving the chase, loving the hunt. Well, I guess we can like start talking about what we thought about certain things in the movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really announce it, but we took a break. Now we will get into our actual notes. Where do I start?
Just the corniness of the movie, like, itself. Like, one of the notes I put here was like when Bella at one point, she was like, you can't leave me ever. And then he was like, where else am I going to go?
Anywhere.
Literally anywhere.
Literally anywhere.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, just like that happening throughout the movie. And I don't remember the exact scene that happened in anymore because it's been a minute, but I there's just so many of these that are just so funny and corny.
The first thing that caught me off guard was the amount of narration that there was.
The off rip too, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess they were really trying to stay faithful to the book, and I guess in the book you can hear Bella's thoughts,
Oh, okay.
and so
I forgot about that.
they
You totally could.
yeah, and so in the movie they're like, we should do a bit of that.
We should do like a lot of narration in the movie to make it look like a book.
I did enjoy how excited she was about the truck, because a big complaint that I saw when the movies were first coming out is like people were talking about how bad of an actor Kristen Stewart is, and like I think she's gotten better.
She showed right around 3 emotions in this movie. That's a running joke.
Yeah, the big joke is that she is just like straight face the whole movie, doesn't really have any emotions, but the amount of excitement she shows over this truck is like,
That's so true.
it's wild.
It's the best thing that's ever happened to her. Right. Including Edward.
Exactly. She doesn't even get that excited about Edward.
No. I guess Edward's like more awe, versus excitement. But oh my gosh.
She about shat her pants when they said that truck was for her.
So true. She's like, oh my God. It was a cool fucking truck though. I'd totally drive it. But yeah.
But I did think that it was, I mean, I know we mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I do think it's a little weird that all of the Cullens are dating. Like, in their home life as vampires, fine, because they all know that they're not related. But like, I feel like at school, they could just pretend to not be together.
That's true. I could have totally done that, but
Because, like, what the fuck is everyone else in Fork supposed to think? They're like, oh yeah, this guy adopted a bunch of kids, and then they started hooking up, and he's just cool with that.
yeah, true. I don't know.
My adopted high school children are having sex with each other.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it is very weird. Yeah. Also, I just love the amount of staring that happens in this movie.
He's lobster.
Like Edward at the very beginning when he first meets or sees Bella, he's like,
Oh my God. Speaking of staring, fucking Jasper,
oh my gosh.
who is apparently the newest vampire, because there's a point where, like, Bella, I don't even remember what happened. She accidentally cuts her hand on something.
Keep going.
And it's at the Cullens' house. She, like, I think she trips, or I don't know, something happens. She cuts her hand. Jasper, because he's the newest vampire, he has a harder time resisting blood.
Yeah.
And so he like tries to go after her, and everyone else is like holding him back, and they're like, Bella, get out of here.
Shit, what happened there? I totally forgot that.
Literally the entire movie, Jasper, I think one of the other it's whatever Anna Kendrick's character's name is, I don't remember, Jessica maybe.
Sure, we'll go with that.
But she's like, oh yeah, the Jasper's the one who looks like he's always in pain.
Yeah.
And like literally the whole movie, he's like this, like the widest eyes possible.
Like always like a little bit disgusted, but like also just like shocked.
But yeah, that is a lot of hard eye contacts.
Yeah, so much of it. I just love that like Edward had like these conversations with Bella off rip, and he was like, I don't think we should be friends. in the movie, I'm like, when the fuck did you turn into friends? Like, you've been a dick to her the entire time.
For real, man.
And then you'd walk up to her, he's like,
This is why, like, if I had to judge just based off this movie, I would have to go Team Jacob, because I'm like, this is the worst portrayal ever of like a fucking love.
yeah, like, I don't know. So much question marks happened to me there. I was like, fuck, what did I miss their friendship happening? Like, him staring at her and all of a sudden they're friends. And
Right.
him, like, talking to her in class and
Also, don't know
seeing her from the car. I don't fucking...
Bella was the only one that noticed him like zoom across the parking lot.
True. I guess maybe if, like, he was fast enough that people didn't...
Do you think they're
Dude,
fast enough that
but-
people can't see them? That feels like too fast.
I think so.
That's like the Flash fast.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that.
Or maybe no one was paying attention.
Everyone was just happened to be looking the other way.
The opposite direction, yeah. But, like, if he moves really fast, like, he moves really fast.
And also, like, the other thing is after he saved her, he just like jumps over the car and walks away.
So true.
It was like, everyone was like, where the fuck is he going?
Well, yeah. She's up here, like,
Like, why is she the only one questioning this?
right.
We're like, did that motherfucker just stop a truck?
True. Yeah, there's so many question marks in this movie.
Everyone just doesn't care. They're like,
They're like, oh my god, Bella, are you
don't
okay?
they forks?
Like, leans out of his car, he's like, Bella, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. How did he not see?
I know.
Unbelievable.
Also, the fact that Edward is such a fucking creep in this entire movie. Like, just hanging out in her bedroom.
Creep.
Like,
He
even before they...
straight up tells her that he's watched her sleep several times.
Yeah. Like, remember when she, like, woke up from a dream and she thought Edward was, like, standing at the foot of her bed watching her?
And then she like wakes up and she's like, oh,
No,
your dream.
she, like, turns to turn on the light.
Oh, yeah.
And then she looks back and he's gone.
Right.
She's like, guess I was dreaming. I'm like, bro, he was actually there watching her.
Insane.
Fucking creep. Maybe I am Team Jed. He's not that hardcore of a creep. He just rebuilt her car and super nice about it.
Like, he's being total chill the whole movie. Speaking of their friends, I guess I don't know either of the dude actors in her friend group, but
Oh, yeah, I don't know either.
Anna Kendrick, I thought did a good job. I think this is
Yeah.
kind of like her first big movie. Like, I know
She was the reporter one, right?
she,
Or no, that was him.
yeah, that was a dude. This came out before Pitch Perfect, right?
I have no idea.
Because I know Pitch Perfect was like Anna Kendrick's like big starring role.
Oh, yeah, I could not tell you when those came out.
But yeah, I thought she did good. And then the other girl in her friend group is Christian Serratos, who was in Walking Dead, where she did a really good job. And then also way flashback long time ago was in a Nickelodeon show called Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
I'd never even heard of that.
Good show.
As good as Twilight, though. Come on.
Yes, easily.
I've never heard of it.
But yeah, I obviously she doesn't have that big of a part, so I didn't know that she was in this movie. And then I saw her, I was like, oh shit.
But dude, I'm the absolute worst when it comes to like recognizing actors and actresses, actors that were in a different movie in a movie. You know what I'm saying? KK's always like, oh my god, do you recognize that person? I'm like, fucking no.
It's like Jim Carrey, and you're like, I don't know this guy.
Yeah. Well, obviously the famous people that have like something interesting about them.
Who's Tom Cruise?
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I have the hardest time with that. So I'm always impressed when you can just be like, yeah, I remember they're from this and this and that. And I'm like, dude, fuck me, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, and also remember when we talked about like when Edward practically was trying to spill the beans. So he like their school is kind of like nested on the foot of a mountain. I feel like with trees around it. And then at one point, like during break or recess, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, they just like are outside in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
My high school, we did not get recess. No, I don't know what they're doing.
I don't either. But like, yeah, so Edward just like kind of like walks by her and then like walks up the fucking mountain into the trees and she just like follows him.
No. She looks.
She did.
They're standing there and then he approaches and she like walks by and like shoulder bumps him.
Yeah, which I guess is a telltale sign of follow me.
And then, yeah, I was like, anyone else on that field thinks they're going out there to fuck.
Oh, for sure. I would have. And then Edward's like, I'm a killer, Bella.
Right. Because that's the same scene when she's like, I know what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was saying, I'm fat. Talks about being a vampire and then like puts her on his back and like Muppet runs up the mountains.
So weird. But honestly, not bad effects. I was talking about this last time we did this thing. I was like, the effect of him in the sun with like his skin glimmering at the point in time when this was like done.
The glimmering, not bad. The running, terrible.
Awful. Running awful, but the glimmering on the skin was pretty sick.
But yeah, Bella reacts in the dumbest possible way. And like, it is, to be fair, it is a little corny when he's like sitting there literally glittering like a diamond. And he's like, this is the skin of a killer, Bella.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, well, I like it.
But he like,
Oh, it was like everything.
yeah, he goes on to describe to her, he's like, my beauty, my voice, the way I smell, it's all to lure you in. It's a trap. And then he's like, not that it would matter anyway. You can't outrun me. You can't beat me in a fight. Yeah. Everything about me is to kill people. Yeah. And she's like, I don't care.
Or shut like, I love you.
You a dummy.
He literally warns her. He's like, bro, don't like me.
That's like someone telling you, yeah, I kidnap, rape, and murder women. And you're like, sweet, let's go on a date.
Dude, I honestly, like, that's my favorite quality. So insane.
And he, like, even after that, he's like, your blood smells so good to me that I don't know if I can hold back. I want to eat you.
It's like heroin to him.
Yeah.
Her blood. I'm like, oh, okay.
I was like, you should leave, Bella.
She's like, you won't hurt me. Well,
I was like, are you sure about that?
okay. Yeah, so that, but I will say before he dragged her up the mountain, that's when that scene came through of the drunk dudes like surrounding Bella at one point.
Yeah.
And then Edward like zooms out in his fucking Volvo from fucking nowhere land. It's like, yeah, like picks her up. And then she's like, where the fuck were you? And he was like,
where did those guys come from?
just hanging out in a parking lot.
Hanging out in a parking lot.
Late at night, you know how the guys do. Just regular man things.
There weren't even any other cars. I mean, they walked to this parking lot to chill.
Right, right. And it's a small town too. So it's like, people probably know who you guys are.
Right.
This is not going to go well for you, you know? Like, anyway, unless they're all visiting, I guess.
Also, I don't really understand the Cullens' plan. I don't know why they moved back. Because, like, obviously, like you mentioned earlier, there's like this whole thing that they don't really get into it in this movie, but like, they're not supposed to be on the tribal land.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, why did they come back here? There's like so many places in the country they could go.
I think we've talked about this because there's so much rainfall there, so much cloud coverage, right?
But like,
so you can,
only in that spot? I feel like there has to be other cloudy areas.
That's fair. I don't know. I mean, they also had a kick-ass house there.
I also don't understand their like moving around method is like to just constantly be in high school. And I feel like they don't talk enough about how, like, I think Bella mentions it once. She's like, why would you want to do high school over and over again? And they're like, yeah, it gives us more time. And I'm like, yeah, but like 3 years maybe. Like, I feel like all of the Cullen kids are like like their appearance is enough that you could just say they're at 18 and you guys can stay there until they're like 30 and and like an extra 2 or 3 years is not doing much for you there.
Not in their lifespan. Yeah, why would you just, there's like running joke with like all the graduation caps in their house too.
Right.
But then like, is that only high school graduation or is that also college? Because I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if they're going to college. I think they just do high school.
Really?
Over again.
Brother. That's insane.
But yeah, like that feels like torture to me.
High school is not easy for everyone. You know, it's like, it's not the funnest place to be either.
I mean, granted, I wouldn't want, I don't know. I feel like I guess the other thing, because I was going to say, maybe I'd rather be in high school all the time than like working a job all the time. But also, they don't need to eat. So it's not like they need to buy food.
True.
So none of them really need to work.
Yeah, they're rich already. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like they're so fucking bored. It's like
Paul Cullen, whatever his name is.
Doctor. Yeah, he's Doctor.
Dr. Cullen.
Dr. Cullen.
God damn, what are all these people's names? You had a list last time.
I did have a list last time, but this time it's all from the brain. Yeah, there's not much in there.
Something.
God, the lion fell in love with the lamb. Remember when Edward said that?
Insane.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it here. There's too many characters. but whatever Daddy Cullen's name is.
Speaking of daddies, let's talk about Bella's dad. How sweet he is.
Very sweet.
You know, like she moves in with
Do they ever describe like what happened between
him and
him and
Smart.
her mom?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they just like fell out of love and she moved on, kind of thing. But like, just thinking about him, like he bought her a car when she first got there. He takes care of her. He has like this thing where every Saturday or Sunday morning they go to like this diner spot, brunch spot. He also is like really worried about her, of like, hey, do you have your bear spray on you? All that stuff. And then at one point in the movie, she just breaks his heart. What does she say? Like something about like
She said, if I don't leave now, I'm just gonna be stuck here like Mom was.
brutal. Yeah, insane. So poor dad, his heart was ripped out. I actually don't know why she had to do that.
I don't either.
She could have just been like, I'm gonna go camping.
Yeah.
For a week.
Like if the bad vampire was gonna hurt her dad, he would have done it anyway. Like he literally watched her walk out of the house and was like, yeah, okay.
So triple. Yeah, just don't go to your house. Like, how was he supposed to know?
Yeah, he doesn't know her family.
No. I guess he could smell him, maybe.
Yeah, but like still, I don't know.
I guess if she showed that she didn't care about him, then maybe he wouldn't go for him. That's probably what she...
That feels like an obvious lie, though.
Yeah, but I feel like the movie's corny enough for them
Yeah.
to be doing their own.
Also, you mentioned it earlier, but I feel like when Edward was telling Bella about, though that's another thing, is he can read minds, but he can't read Bella's mind, and that's another thing that makes her super attractive to him.
Yeah, that's why he was staring like crazy, because he was trying to read her, figure out, and
but when they're at the restaurant and he's talking about reading minds, and he does the like sex money cat.
yeah.
I'm like, that would not convince me. If someone was like, I can read minds, and then that's what they said, I'd be like, okay.
I'd be like, you're fucking crazy. Let's get out of here.
You're like, I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
Trust me, K-Man. I can read minds.
I should read minds. That's what I was thinking about his cat.
Yeah, I don't know. Just corniness through and through. Also, just the fact that like the smell of Bella always hits the bad guys or like perfectly. Like she walked into the classroom, there was a fan behind her blowing her hair. Then they were playing baseball, and like at the very last second, just a waste of wind came, and like, it's just so, oh my god, like they couldn't just tell.
Also, I don't know who the cinematographer was on this movie, but some of the camera work is just bonkers. Like there were some scenes where the camera was going like, whoosh, whoo, and I was like, what are we doing right now?
I don't know. They wanted us
They'd be like
the movie.
The scene where Bella and Edward are like laying on the grass, like the chillest scene ever, and the camera's like whoosh. I'm like, this is unnecessary.
So true. I didn't even think of that. It's like, why are you giving such action shots right now? They're laying down.
Oh my god! Speaking of corny lines, when they're climbing the trees, and he says, "Hold on tight, spider monkey."
Oh Lord, have mercy. And I think he said spider monkey because her dad calls her spider monkey.
Does he?
I think so.
I don't remember that.
Does he not? I'm pretty sure he does.
That's even weirder. Why would you use someone's dad's nickname?
Right.
What a creep. Also, James is the name of the bad vampire guy.
I don't have your Wi-Fi. Can you give me your Wi-Fi?
Oh yeah, because it recently changed.
Sorry, quick intermission.
But I did write a note that said James ruined a perfectly good baseball game.
He does not call her Spider Monkey. My bad. That does not do that. Edward's just weird.
Just came out of nowhere.
Fucking weird.
But yeah, the other vampires like originally are not. I mean, obviously they went and killed a bunch of people, but when they show up to the baseball game, they're like, "Let's play," and then James ruined it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I want to see these other vampires.
Just like a little bit more. A little, like we saw like a glimpse of the Edwards or the Cullens playing.
Also
the Edwards playing.
Yeah, I did that earlier too. I said like the Edward family, and I was like, that's not it.
Try again.
But one of his sisters that I also can't remember because I can't remember anyone's fucking name. But one of Edward's sisters like really doesn't like Bella, and like it's a problem throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And during the baseball game, because they're like, "Oh, Bella, why don't you call the shots?" And she's like, "Why?"
Yeah, and then she called her
And then
out.
she calls out, and she just fucking stares her down.
I was like, oof.
And then after they're trying to like make the plan, the sister is like, "Why should we help her? Like she's just a human." And Daddy Cullen is like,
It's part of
"Shit,
family.
family now."
Oh my god, so corny. Well, they make her a fucking vampire. I still don't get why Edward waited.
I also don't know, like, I feel like as vampires, if they've been around for like hundreds of years, like, do they not casually date people? Like, is everyone they date immediately like, I'm with you forever?
I
They
think
can't.
so.
They're like, I am hooking up with this person, but I don't really care about them.
Yeah, I don't think they're monogamous for, was it monogamous? Monogamy? I don't know. Yeah, I think they're locked in forever. Because like the penguins, the penguins give like the pearl to their partner and then they keep that.
But it feels strange because I mean I don't know the time span of like how much time is supposed to have passed in this movie,
Yeah.
but it feels like Edward and Bella have only been dating for like 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden they're like, she's part of the family. And I'm
I think
like,
that's exactly what it feels like, yeah.
but
it was the whole
even in a
summer-
human relationship, if someone was dating for 2 weeks, I would not be like, yep, family now.
I don't know. Maybe it's because like Edward imprinted on her. And so then the family was like, okay, well, she's here to
Is
stay.
that a thing that they do? I know, like, from what I've heard of the future movies, like, I know the werewolves do the imprinting thing, but
They
I don't think
definitely,
the vampires do that. I think that's just an N-word.
yeah, I don't know. Because those other vampires, I feel like they're more open. They're not like locked in like the Cullens are, but they're maybe trying to be more normal and lead quote unquote normal lives of just one partner. I don't know. I'll find out when the next movies come here, and then
I did think it was hilarious, Edward pretending to be asleep in the hospital.
oh brother,
Bella wakes up and her mom is there, and she's like, "Oh, he never left your side," and like gestures, and Edward's in the corner like, it's just like because he mentioned earlier that he doesn't sleep because when Bella goes over to their house, she notices that they don't have any beds.
well, here's your
Bella, where's your bed? He's like, I'll sleep. And so then seeing him fake sleep later, I'm like, that's hilarious.
yeah. I'm like, bro, come on, just be awake,
Yeah, like no one, you could have slept before she got there. No one has to know.
right?
And then I also want to know, so also ridiculous that everyone thinks Bella is so clumsy that falling down the stairs and out of a window is a good excuse. But how did they cover up this ballet studio getting completely demolished and the huge fire that they started?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're fast. Maybe they just fucking fix it up or burnt it to the ground. I don't know which one happened.
It just happens that this ballet studio burned down last night at the same time you fell down the stairs. How weird.
See, that's the thing though. Like, I don't know if they say that she got hurt at the ballet studio.
Yeah, that's true. But like, it's still,
Because there were no stairs for her to fall out there. Down there.
I don't know.
So maybe it's like the Edward's house, the Cullens house. It's the Edward's house. The Cullens house. And maybe that's kind of like how they're trying to play it.
Could be.
Because they weren't back in her hometown. They were back in Forks.
That's true.
I don't know.
Wait, so she was injured and they raced her across the country
Yes.
to get her to a hospital?
I mean, they had a doctor with them.
Yeah, but they could have just brought her to a hospital in Arizona.
True, but then it would have been real sus. How did she even make it there? Did she drive?
Yeah, they drove.
Wow.
Because because the Cullens are freaking, they got doctor money, so they have like 3 cars. So they were in one car and then
Yeah, but Bella was alone at the studio at first.
right, because when she got to Arizona with the sister that I don't remember, and they were like about to fly back because they were at the airport, and then that's when she gets the message from James, and so that she leaves them at the airport and goes by herself.
Yeah, they just wouldn't realize that she's gone.
They're not keeping watch very good.
No. Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah.
Nothing else.
Cool. Well, let's get into some trivia
Let's do it.
as I try to find my trivia thing here. Is this it, guys? Okay, first bit of trivia. As I mentioned earlier, they tried to be faithful to the book.
Yeah.
And in the book, Bella has brown eyes, but Kristen Stewart has green eyes. So they made her wear colored contacts for the entire movie.
That's insane. Imagine all that shooting with colored contacts on.
Also, Good thing my trivia mentions it here. Daddy Cullen is named Carlisle.
Ah, yes.
But
Same.
Forbes estimated that Carlisle has a net worth of $34 billion just from compound interest.
Oh my god.
Because they're like, imagine if you're hundreds of years old and you just like put some money in savings and just let it sit for millennia.
True. Damn.
The Letterman's jackets worn in the movie are real Forks High School Letterman's jackets. Forks High School lent several items to the production.
So sick. I love that.
They're like, hey, this is about our town. Here, have some stuff.
Yeah. Imagine like actually going to that high school and being like, yeah, this is where Twilight was shot. At the time this was being shot.
Yeah.
It's like,
I wonder if it was actually shot in Forks or if it was like just takes place in Forks.
I'm sure it was actually shot there, right?
I don't know.
Well, if anyone in the comments could let us know, that'd be great.
But yeah, I imagine like for such a small town to have not only a book series get super popular, but then they make a movie about it and you're like, all of a sudden your town is famous.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like camera crews everywhere and
Well, and like imagine just like the tourism, because like even if the movie wasn't shot in Forks, like motherfuckers were going out to Forks.
so true. Yeah, it's like Breaking Bad, like that house. It got so much attention. Yeah, it was bad for them. Anyway.
And last bit of trivia, Peter Facinelli, who is the actor who played Carlisle, came up with the idea for Carlisle to always be wearing high-collared shirts or wearing scarves, because he thought that since Carlisle was bitten, he had a subconscious fear of his neck being exposed.
Cool.
So throughout the movie, it's just like he's always got something covered in his neck to like give him that little bit of security.
Oh, that's nice. He's already a vampire, but
Well, like I said, I don't think it's something that he like is really thinking about. It's just like he just feels more comfortable when his neck is covered.
that's nice. Also, just the vibe. It works.
Hey, he looks good.
Yeah, very cool.
But yep, that's all the trivia I've got.
That's some good trivia.
Let's get wrecked.
Let's do it.
I wish I could remember when I wrecked last time.
I wrecked something so good, I totally forgot.
Did
Did I wreck the video game? Damn, I totally forgot.
Sucks.
I should have put that in my notes, what my wreck
Oh,
was.
I do remember what I write because I still have it written down.
I don't.
All right, I'll go first.
Go for it.
I am going to recommend the show Fleabag, which I believe is on Amazon Prime or Hulu, one of those. I think it's on Amazon Prime. But Fleabag, good series. It is really short. I think it's only like 8 episodes or something like that. But really both entertaining and emotional.
Very cool. And I will recommend a video game called Hunt Showdown 1896. It's kind of like a survivor, like horror video game. It's open map and everyone like loads in. There's objectives you have to follow to go to like the main creature and you kill zombies and the people. And it's set in like 1896. So you have like super old like revolvers and bolt action rifles, that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool.
That's like
It's an extraction game, survival extraction.
is it 15 years after the Civil War? When was the Civil War? I want to say it was like 1870s.
But anyway, yeah, really fun video game, honestly. Yeah, when you dead, you dead. So then you just reload and you like rebuild your hunter and then you go back out and try again. It's pretty cool.
Cool. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to tell your friends and family about us. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and hit the bell icon. Otherwise, you can leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. You can also follow us on Bluesky and Instagram at CashFanPod. If you want to send us a message, you can DM us, leave a comment, or send an email to casualfanaticpodcast@gmail.com. See, how did this happen last time? For some reason, gmail.com
Sounds weird.
wrong in my head. I don't know what's happening there.
It's normal to me. Gmail.com.
It sounds wrong. I feel like I'm flubbing my words.
It's correct.
Anyway, links for all of that are in the description. What kind of messages can they send us?
Send us anything from movies that you would like us to review to shows potentially they'd like us to review, extra information that you'd like to add. of podcasts that you've listened to. Even just your own opinion about movies. We'd like to listen and at least read. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, any recommendations would be lovely. And tell us what you like, what you don't like. We just want to know all that you have to give.
And stay tuned for the rest of the Twilight series.
Yes, we'll be going through them.
And on that note, this has been Casual Fanatic. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Gmail.com. I don't know why it sounds weird in my mouth.